Hello, Rich Tabor here for RPM News Weekly. We're in Middleborough, Massachusetts tonight with folks from GMC who've been introducing us to some news features on their trucks, their heavy-duty line of trucks. I'm here speaking with Jim Holtgraven, the Vehicle Performance Engineer at GMC, and with Iman Jefferson. She's the New England Northeast, am I correct? Northeast Communications Manager for GMC. How's everything going tonight?
It's great. Thanks so much for having us here.
Great event. Glad to show off the trucks.
Yeah, it's been a really cool event. It's always great getting together with automotive enthusiasts, and especially if a few of them who seem to know quite a bit about trucks. I've got a couple of questions. The presentation was fantastic. We had a great time with lots of information, in particular with how GMC has been able to transform their truck product to where it is now at a point of 940% momentum in terms of sales from, I believe it's from 2014. What can you attribute that to?
I think a lot of it is just finding ways to have our AT4 and Denali stand apart from our competitors. We've really worked on different enhancements from previous models with these cars. Our Carbon Bed Pro, our MultiPro tailgate options are some of the things that help us stand apart.
Now, what about on the engineering side?
Yeah, so kind of the features that she had mentioned, along with really growing the AT4 brand and growing the Denali brand, it's really bringing a lot of that premium content to those vehicles.
Well, when you look at where the consumer has been going in the last 5-7 years, lots of SUVs, lots of trucks, they've now dominating the marketplace. And the trucks that you have are certainly capable trucks. I mean, some of the towing capacity is just phenomenal. And you mentioned 35,500. That's tremendous. I mean, it's probably way more than most people will need. But what specifically, which specific model do you need to get in order if you want not to get that much towing?
So specifically, the 35,500 is the two-wheel drive diesel dually. But the thing we're really proud of is all of our diesel dualies are over 30,000 pounds. So anyone that does need that extra towing capacity, any of them get it with a dually, which is really exciting. And then in addition to that, kind of you mentioned, not everyone needs 30,000 pounds towing. The trailer technology we've offered with the trailer cameras that we showed tonight really helped anyone driving at any weight with a trailer.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I know that one of the things you have is the rear view camera, but this is over and above that. The rear view camera being a rear view mirror that actually is operated by camera. And that's pretty fascinating. I think that actually began with another GM product with Cadillac, I think is where they started with that. But you've got these other cameras now, so you can take a long trailer and you can know what's going on behind that. Can you explain that a little bit? Either one of you want to take a...
So transparent trailer is the technology we're calling it. So we offer an accessory camera that goes on the back of your trailer. It allows you to see, one, you can just back up using just that camera view. And then also while you're driving down the road, you can see the transparent trailer. We can actually see through the trailer to see what's around you and what's behind you to make it safer as you're backing or driving down the road.
Well, that's pretty good. Interesting development with a lot of the digital technology, and that integrates in with the camera that's in the vehicle itself. So who are the buyers of the truck? You've got, of course, commercial uses, especially for the heavy duty, but you've got a whole line of SUVs as well. I mean, who are your typical buyers, and who are you going for as your buyers?
I would say for AT4, we have a younger buyer that's really active and affluent, so finding ways to tap into that consumer market. And then even for our SUVs is similar. So people looking for that luxury experience and have a lot of technology features on the cars.
So tell me a little bit more about that AT4. That's a new trim line that you have. Denali was at the top, pretty luxurious, but even the AT4 seems to be knocking on luxury's door, so to speak.
Absolutely. In that short time it's been around, it's already finding ways to become top of the segment when it comes, again, to that younger consumer. So finding ways to bring that audience into the GMC brand.
Well, it's a big audience out there looking for trucks, and I'm glad you were able to get here to Middleborough, show us these new trucks. Fantastic. We did do a little bit of baseball bat practice on the tailgates, and I was pretty impressed. I took a few good whacks at the back of that truck, and no dents whatsoever. I mean, I thought I'd at least score a home run or something, and make a little bit of a bruise, but that wasn't going to happen. Now, is that available across the lineup, this particular bed?
So the bed you were looking at, the CarbonPro bed, is specifically on the light-duty trucks, so not yet in the heavy-duty space. And then it's specific trims that you can get that in as well.
So, whose idea was it to bring the baseball bat?
We actually tried that out a couple weeks ago, and it's just a good way to get, auto riders really excited about showing how this technology works and, let off a little steam as well. So not a bad idea.
Well, I think it was a great idea. It certainly got everyone here interested in what's happening with the truck. We didn't talk much about this new tail. It's a MultiPro tail, I think is what you're calling it. Did I get that name right?
Yeah, MultiPro tailgate, yes, correct.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about that. What goes into the engineering of that?
Yeah, so definitely a lot of engineering to make sure that it functions in all its form. It can withstand weather and those type of things. But kind of as you can see, as it's sitting right now, it can act as a step, a good spot to sit if you're tailgating, things like that. As well as when you fold it up, this back part can also provide as a stop for pieces of wood or things like that. And also provides this position an easier entry to the bed, so you don't have that extra distance you would be in there. So if you're loading something, say with like a forklift or something, it's easier to load in with a little more room for you.
Okay. And so this comes up as well. Just let's kind of pull the whole thing right
So
up.
the whole thing can go up. So you can either have that, and you can open it just like a normal truck bed. And as I was mentioning, you can open just the back part. So then you can use that as a stop for any kind of wood or anything you would have there.
Cool.
And then, yep, back to the other button to drop it down so you can load in easier. And then again with the bottom steps, you can step in and use the side handrail as well to get in easier.
And one of the models that we had here had an audio system in the back there. That's
So the
correct.
accessory audio system that you can play Bluetooth, USB, or headphone jack right into the bed of your truck, which is great for tailgating.
Sounds fantastic. Well, thanks very much for spending a few minutes here talking with us after your presentation. This is Rich Tabor for RPM News Weekly here with Jim Holtgraven and Iman Jefferson from GMC. Thanks very much.
Thank you.